Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Hi. How are you? I'm not bad. No new yarn. My last video of new yarn was so satisfying. And we've already talked about what's coming up, what I'm thinking about. Of course, I'll always be thinking about more crochet because I really, really like crocheting. Let's chat a little bit more. Thanks for joining me here at All the Crackers in the Box. Alright, well I seem to be in babble mode tonight, so welcome. Got a few things to show off. I am slowly but surely finishing up my gorgeous golden girls here. A little art from Temu. Check out the sparkle on them girls. And I even actually have the annoying crinkly stuff on. Top half is totally shinerific. And from here, the detail's just fine. Now down here is all this sand, okay? Down to 2 colors left. All of this is sand, and this white part here says, "Stay golden." Love it. Love it. It's my smallest one I've ever had. And it's just a little something. Like this afternoon, I worked on it for about 20 minutes before dinner was ready, and we watched some Golden Girls. How can you go wrong? So, trying to figure out what do I want to do for my snood. I haven't done mine yet, and I should. Like, these are what I usually have been wearing to bed. This tie-dye monstrosity of a muumuu, which I'm actually absolutely in love with. So, I said last time I found in my stash some Burnett cottons here. I got this bag of cotton that my mom just purchased on her birthday for me to make snoods. Now, I've made pretty much everybody in the house a snood. I got yellow, and I got green here. I'm so out of red, which is whatevs. I'm not a huge red fan. I like my blues. So, let's see here. This is the color that I did my middle daughters in. So, this color is out. And I think I'm probably going to end up putting them into this gorgeous liquor bag here for wine. It has compartments for your wine bottles, but I find that you can really stand up a nice skein of these handicrafters, these tiny ones that they sell at Walmart for like $2 something. My mom made a ton of those. Some of them come with this pattern on there with this flower, and they are so cute. Now I love this blue, but I'm not so sure I like the quality of this. Now this is the one I use for my kitchen washcloths, and we go through a lot of those. So here's another, oh, here it is. This one. So it's a pot holder on here, but we've actually turned it into the cutest little washcloths for my daughter. So that's one of the reasons why I don't really want to use the brightest colors. So like these pinks. I've got this fun gray. Of course, the lilac purple. Gorgeous. And don't mind the bag, I have sitting on top of this stuff to keep it from going bad. This is a different kind completely. It's a fun hunter green. So I am thinking I'm going to be adding these cottons into here, because whatever's left is probably just going to end up becoming washcloths for the kitchen, which is totally fine because you can never have too many of those. And oftentimes I will sometimes just make hand cloths for my daughters and little cloths for wiping off their faces instead of napkins, because it's easier for me to wash one of those cloths over buying a pack of napkins. I just don't like wasting the paper. A little bit of the environmental guilt in me. So anyway, alright, so I'm trying to figure out what colors I want to use. Now this one is the one that I made my daughters with. This is the full one that didn't quite match up. Not sure, like I don't think I'm going to use this. These are not my jams. I need a skein and a little bit to get the bow. So to make a full one, it's 120 meters. That's what I've come down to. And you need just a touch more to make a 6-inch square piece to sew on. So you need a little bit more for sewing. So it's like 124. No, wouldn't be 4 meters. It'd be way less, like 0.4. 120.4. Like it's a really small amount to make a piece this big to go in your head. I do like this blue. That was my first choice. The purple, the blue, the white. And I can always go with this as my trim, or I could even start it with this and go to this to make sure that I have enough of both. I could do the first 3 rows in the white. That would be really pretty. Or I could do it in the cool yellow. I think the two would look really cool together. But I am intrigued by that green. So I could do it with those two. I did this one where I did these two with the red. And I started it with the red, and then I did put a little stripe of yellow, and then I finished it with the green, and I was almost totally done. And I go to try it on my mom, and she puts it on her head, and I'm looking at her, I'm like, ugh. It looked exactly like the stereotypical Bob Marley stoner hat deal on her, and I was just not okay with that for my mother. So hers is all red now, and I have 2 skeins of each of these colors. So I love them. They are pretty colors, don't get me wrong, but that just was not her style. So anyway, back to the problem at hand. Love this blue, right? But I also have this one here with the speckles. And speckles are in right now. Everybody's got speckle yarn. And I just threw this in because it's our last one in the house like this. It's about what? It's 210. Recour. Well, that's French. Oh boy. Let's see if I can figure that out. Fabrique. French, 90 meters. 50 grams. 100% brown wool. I don't know what that means. That looks like it might be German. So it's not French there. Okay, so I really don't know. Let's feel this. This feels like cotton. And it's probably about as thick as these. So that would make it a 4. Yeah, these are 4s. Okay, anyways. And then I have this more candy colored speckled one here where it's got a little more of a pinkish hue, where this one is a little more whitish. And then I still have a little bit of this sort of beigey off-white, which would go with either one. So that's my dilemma here. Like, what do I pick? And I've also think it's almost time to start throwing a few washcloths into the mix just to, go through. I am very partial to a moss stitch. Basically, double crochet, skip one, and then in the next row you double crochet into the skip one spot and skip one that's over the double crochet, and you just fill it in that way. Very similar to the moss stitch in knitting. So that's usually my go. Oh, that's all I got left of red. That's it. That's it. From making 2 schnoods out of 2 skeins. Not bad. Not bad. I really like that pattern. So I will be making one for a good friend of mine, but I'm not going to be using the cotton. I think I'm going to use the Karen because I think it's not going to be used the same way for her. So, give me a moment while I adjust and you can see me crochet. Okay, so you can see me and you can see my gorgeous project. And we can just chat a little bit on this lovely, lovely quiet evening. Pull my, this is all I got left on this one. So it's a good thickness, but just under half. And we're gonna, I finally figured out how I like to wear my ring on my index finger. When it started on my middle finger being the most comfortable, and now my index finger is. And this is a really nice pattern. I really like working with this particular yarn. Like, it's right up there with the Hobie ones because I really like the Hobie cotton cakes up there. They're really nice. Their colors are just so stunning, but this really has a nice feel to it. And the subtle changes in the color from the dark, almost charcoal, to the lighter grays with some white flecks to it has been very, very soothing and very pretty. Like, I don't even think this could be really fully a summer outfit. I'm kind of almost thinking maybe I don't want to turn it into a dress. Maybe I'll just make it into a granny square shirt with one panel on the front, one on the back. I'll play around with it a little bit and see what I like best for it, because I may just do that because it's the way it's working up is it's soft, and I don't know if I want to use it as a dress with the colors it is, but that hot pink, once it starts kicking in, it's gonna really change the whole feel of it, and I think it is gonna end up just becoming a dress, which is totally fine. I mean, I could put like actual sleeves on it eventually, or leave it as a strappy, because it gives you the option of doing a halter, cross straps, or just straight up front to back. And I'm not quite sure where I want to take it or how much I want to try to keep aside to do that with. So, well, like most of my patterns, I end up just playing it by ear for the details. Like with the snoods that I've been making, I didn't want to put the little bow on, and when I finished, it looked unfinished. I needed the bow, so it was just one of those things where I just didn't think I'd need to, and then it turned out I totally had to do it. And same thing with my Calypso shawl. There was quite a bit of it where I was really frantic at the end there that I was going to run out of the yarn without doing a finishing row, because it's just one of those ones where you just go till you're done, and it's a repeater, so you repeat this part and this part and this part, which is totally fine. But then I get to the part where I'm going, okay, I'm running out of yarn. How am I going to finish this off? Like, how am I going to make it look finished? Do I want to do a row of double crochet? Do I want to do a triple crochet, triple crochet? Because there was a row of that too, which would have been absolutely beautiful. But I think I made the right choice. It's a beautiful piece. I'm very proud of that one. And the one I made for my mother-in-law, it ended the way it was supposed to end. So that one was not so hard that way, but it definitely had its challenges. Mostly the color changes in the yarn were really difficult to find the right pattern to show the beauty of it and to really showcase the gorgeousness of the yarn. I didn't want to make something and have it be super distracting to the pattern and to the color changes because that antique pink to a darker rose tourmaline and then to white. Like it went from a pretty rich color to white, and then they had one strand of each together, and that's what really messed me up, trying to come up with the right pattern to not make that look so garish. Like I tried one from Wilhelmina. Oh, I can't think, it's just Wilhelmina, but it was really pretty, but it had way too much going on, and I will definitely be making that with a less color changey yarn, because I really like that shawl, and that shawl is really gorgeous. I really see it in just a more of a plain gray. Like that one you would definitely have to do color blocking and making sure that it's not doing color changeovers in the middle of a row, which would not be fun. Anyways, it's getting late and I'm getting tired, so I am going to say good night, or depending on what time of day you're watching it, good day. And yeah, I hope to see you again very soon, and hope you have something just as pretty and wonderful on your hook. So thanks for joining me here at All the Crackers in the Box, and have a great day.